Hi everyone, welcome back to Trunk Talk. My name is Charlotte.
And I'm Gabi.
And today, what are we sitting in?
We're sitting in the trunk of a Hyundai Ioniq 5N, which is a brand new model, packs 641 horse, has a drift optimizer, and a whole bunch of other things.
Ooh.
It's quite the hot take.
Oh, a hot take. Well, how convenient that we're talking about hot takes today. Mm-hmm. And if you guys are unfamiliar with what the term hot take is basically today Gabi and I are sharing some of our more controversial opinions when it comes to vehicles, but also the automotive industry.
Yes.
We've really been enjoying these episodes where we just get to share a little bit more of our personality and a little bit more of, so I don't even know what you want to call it, but I guess a little bit more of our opinions. And hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Now, what are our qualifications?
Qualifications, well, I am a certified hater, and Charlotte would.
You went to school for that, right?
I did, yes.
Okay, yeah.
With honors.
Oh, I am a critic. At my core, I am a critical. So that's what we are talking about today, is we're sharing some of our controversial opinions. You guys can agree or disagree, and everyone can still love vehicles and have a good time.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, it's not that deep.
It's not.
So
it all comes down to personal preference, and like I said, these are just unpopular opinions.
And differences are good, so don't worry.
Yes, it's good to be different. Well, should we get into it?
I think we should. So what would you say is your hottest take?
My hottest take. I want to start this off with the bang because I know we're both on the same page.
Go for
here.
it.
The Mustang Mach-E should not have the Mustang name. Call it something else.
Why not just call it the Mach-E?
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Or the electric pony.
The electric pony.
The carousel. Like, you know what I mean? Just something else. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, because at the end of the day, like, when you think of a Mustang, you're not thinking of an all-electric SUV.
No.
You're thinking of, like, American muscle. You're thinking of, a classic icon. Mm-hmm. You're thinking anything other than Mustang.
Yeah. And that's not to say the Mustang Mach-E is a bad car. I don't think it is. I think it's great. Yeah. I just don't like the name.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't either.
I don't think the nameplate was the biggest move. I don't know if it's because that was something so, like, revolutionary for Ford. They're trying to do the same thing by carrying over that nameplate. But
it just made a lot of people angry.
Yeah.
That was the movement. But that is just our quick one.
Yeah.
Let's get into the more deep things. So Charlotte, you start off.
Yeah, so let me actually pull up my notes here. So I want to talk about one that I feel like I encounter a little bit more, and that's going to be the spare tire debate. So should manufacturers include a spare tire or just a tire mobility kit? If you're wondering what the difference is, a tire mobility kit typically includes a compressor and sealant, and it can't be used to replace a tire, just to patch, but not if there's any sidewall damage. Mm-hmm. Obviously, a spare tire, you're able to put that onto your vehicle and drive as normal. Now, some manufacturers are choosing to omit that, and others are keeping it. For example, Hyundai and Kia are sister companies. In their sister vehicles, the Kona and the Seltos, one has it, the Seltos, and the other one just has a mobility kit, the Kona. And my hot take is, although I do like having an actual spare tire kit, an actual tire, I wouldn't necessarily use it depending on the circumstance in which I get a flat. Yep. So that's a little bit of a hot take, where even if I had it and I would like it, I wouldn't necessarily use it. Mm-hmm. So both vehicles are going to come with complimentary roadside assistance for 5 years. And if I'm on a 400 series highway and I get a flat tire, I am not getting out of my car to change it. In my opinion, that's a dangerous position to put myself in because it's very busy, very slim shoulders, not a lot of room to do some work out there.
Very fast, too.
Now, if I'm on a country road and, something happens, obviously I've got no problem doing it. But it's not going to be a make or break for me.
Yeah, absolutely not.
What do you think?
I agree with you, and at the end of the day, if your car permits it, so some electric vehicles may not have the underfloor storage to put a spare, but something like the Kona, you could. I would just buy a spare if it's that big of a deal for you. The mobility kit is nice because it's way quicker at getting you back on the road, but then again, that's only if whatever you hit or whatever happened to your tire permits it. If you experience a complete blowout, there's nothing that can do.
Also, like, the sealant it's rough to work with, the aftermath after you fill up your tire, like, getting it clean. Yeah, it's rough.
All right. Well, next one.
Yeah, what's your hot takes?
We both agree on this one. This is broad brand generalizations. Mm-hmm. So my experience with this, for instance, I like to keep an open mind, but since I was a little girl, it's always been shoved in my face that Dodge is bad.
They say get out of Dodge for a reason.
Yep. So Stellantis was a Chrysler, Jeep, all of them. Bad. And that was coming from my dad, who actually never owned any of those.
Oh, yep. Oh,
yep. So I think maybe it was something he was fed as a child. I don't know. But my dad, if you're watching this, actually, I don't think he knows how to work YouTube, so we're probably safe. Yeah.
What are your experiences?
What are your experiences? What are your qualifications for that? Because I am a certified hater, but I quite like the Challenger, you know? Puts a smile on my face. The Viper, revolutionary.
Oh, yeah.
Even a Jeep Wrangler, to an extent.
To an extent.
Fun cars, very, very fun cars. I don't think there's any horrible manufacturers, except maybe Mitsubishi, but I'm joking. That was a joke. But seriously, it's something that you have to figure out for yourself.
Absolutely.
If you had a horrible experience with Dodge, maybe, yeah, that's a reason why you won't buy one again. But if you just hear other people saying that, whether it's positive or negative, like, oh, Dodge is the way to go, then you get one and it's a lemon, you know, it's something that you have to experience for yourself.
Yeah.
And also new car reliability, it's hard to say, you know what I mean? If you're keeping your car for 20 years and one of your neighbors has a 20-year-old Toyota, that could be great for them, but maybe yours won't turn out that way, you know what I mean?
Especially, I think, if you're dealing with vehicles that are either like a refresh or completely new in the model lineup, it can be kind of hard to gauge it no matter what manufacturer it is. And something that Gabi was touching on is brand generalization can be good or bad. People can say, you know, only negative things about a brand, or they can say, oh no, like I would only ever buy a Japanese vehicle. Like you have to do something that is Japanese. And then meanwhile, as people will get those new vehicles, and we've had this actually happen on multiple occasions where we've had a 24 Crosstrek, we've had a 24 RAV4 traded against.
We've actually filmed them all on this channel.
And we filmed them on this channel, where they've had under 500 kilometers on them. I think they're both around 300 kilometers because they just didn't like them. They wanted something different. So you can maybe think that, but then I just want to encourage people, because you know, people really keep their vehicles for a long time, most people between 7-8 years. Do some research. The auto industry is always changing. Figure out what actually is going to be the best for you, value-wise, financially, feature-wise. Do the research for yourself is my big encouragement.
And just to make this a little, again, more personal, my dad hates Dodge. His sister had a Jeep Wrangler, traded in for a Dodge Durango. My dad was like foaming at the mouth. Sometimes you just got to do what makes you happy. Truly drive what you like. Just get.
I thought she traded in for the fuel economy.
Well, yeah, she didn't like the fuel efficiency. That's another hot take for later in this video. But yeah, maybe not Dodge for fuel efficiency, but if you like your vehicle, you're spending your money. Don't get what your brother likes or what your dad likes. Get what you like.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the one driving it. You're the one enjoying it. Enjoy it. Do that. Cars are so fun.
Yes, cars are meant to drive.
Now, this is going to be kind of the reverse of that.
Okay.
But I don't think that just because you buy a car or are driving a car, I don't think that you actually need to be an expert on your own vehicle or to. I don't think that you need to be a car enthusiast. I think you can actually be completely fine getting in your vehicle, knowing how to work your radio, your heated seats, and be okay with driving from point A to point B.
My mom's like that.
Yeah, so is my mom.
Yeah, every friend of mine is like that, and it's fine.
If you guys are familiar with ventilated seats, the first time my mother experienced ventilated seats, my dad had put them on for her. She didn't know. She thought she was having a stroke in the passenger seat. My mom is not tech savvy, but she enjoys driving her Telluride. Does she know it has ventilated seats? No. But she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. It's a beautiful car. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I think you can just enjoy your car for what it is. And I mean, personally, I like knowing everything about my cars. I like driving them.
A lot of people hate on people that don't know.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Let's not be negative in the auto industry. That's no fun for anyone involved.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Here's another. This one gets a little bit more hatey, so it kind of just counteracts what we just said. But entry, and it also kind of counteracts what I said earlier about buy what you like.
We love controversy.
But I don't even know what my points are.
We love hypocrites.
Literally, I am a hypocrite to my core. Anyway, I think a lot of people would agree on this point, or maybe not, and that's okay. Entry-level luxury cars, and by luxury I don't mean a specific trim, let's say if you're looking at a fully loaded Sportage. Yes, that has a lot of luxurious touches, but Kia is not necessarily a luxury brand. I'm talking about Audi, Mercedes, and BMW. Those are the big three here. I would say Acura and Lexus would fall into this too. But anyway, essentially, if you're in the market for a new car and you really want a BMW because that is just the epitome of success.
It gives realtor.
Yes, it gives realtor, but maybe that's your thing. I don't know.
And good for you.
If you've never really, I guess, been educated on the brand before or kind of informed yourself of what the lifestyle is like when it comes to repairs or just replacements costs or fuel costs, they do require premium fuel. Do not put yourself behind the wheel of a brand new 2 Series or 3 Series, just basic car, an entry-level vehicle there, because even though it may be a cheaper vehicle in their lineup, It's still a premium brand. You're still going to require premium parts, premium maintenance, premium fuel, all
So
those things.
it may be more affordable, but it may not be a better value.
Absolutely not.
So you're getting basic for all the same costs that you would for a more expensive lineup. When I would personally allocate those funds either to continue to save up to get a more premium model,
Yes.
or invest in a more econo brand like Kia, Hyundai, Toyota, Honda, and get something that's a higher trim that you don't necessarily need premium fuel for. You have wide access to parts. You can use more aftermarket parts too.
I think being online, like TikTok and Instagram, stuff like that, it gets really easy to almost be brainwashed and thinking, oh, I need to buy this car because it has this. I remember when Mercedes was showing their interior ambient lighting, how it's dual tone, everyone was like, this is incredible. It is so easy to put ambient lighting in your own vehicle, and a majority of other manufacturers also offer it too. So Kia, Hyundai, everyone
We
has
do
it.
two-tone too.
Yeah, everyone has some sort of ambient lighting now. You don't have to buy a premium car to get that. And to buy a premium car just to see that little emblem on the steering wheel,
Oh, it's not worth it.
sometimes not worth
Just
it.
debadge it.
Seriously, debadge it. Now, I will say I still love Mercedes, BMW, and
Absolutely.
Audi. But I would probably only purchase one if, one, I had the money for it, and two, I was aware of the rest of the costs. It's not just
Cost
the
of
initial,
ownership.
it's not the initial cost. It is everything involved, even wheels and whatnot. Also, I would probably only buy it for an M series or an AMG or an RS series.
Something more performance based.
Nothing that's just
Your
a regular
insurance company's
vehicle.
gonna love that.
Absolutely. Next point, though, Shar?
Yeah, next point. Let me think. Okay, this is kind of a random one, but it's a quick one. LEDs versus halogen bulbs. Obviously, a lot of cars nowadays have LEDs. My car has LEDs. I love LEDs. I do miss the heating component of halogen bulbs.
Yes.
That's my hot take, is sometimes halogens are the way to go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's what I got.
LEDs.
I like it.
Some manufacturers are so bright.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Obnoxiously bright.
It truly hurts. But that's quite the difference between, I would say, a reflector and a projection bulb, which we can talk about in another episode if you guys want to see.
So that was a random one, but yeah.
Should I go back to hating?
Yeah, go back to hating. That's fine.
Modded pavement princesses. I'm
Ooh.
talking. Sorry, I shouldn't use my real world experience here in this.
fine.
Okay. We live in Brantford. There's a lot of trucks in Brantford. A lot of heavy duty diesels, even just a heavy duty regular truck. Why do they have low profile tires on them, Charlotte?
Because we're in the city, obviously.
Do we need a lift kit with
No.
low profile? Does that make your car more capable?
It adds horsepower. Duh.
Okay, well, that's what I was concerned about. No, seriously, the amount of beautiful, like, these trucks are gorgeous. And I
Yeah.
do love trucks. I love diesels. You guys know I like trucks. I don't understand why you would take everything that makes a truck functional, take it away, which it's super expensive to do so, by the way. Those wheels are not cheap. Those tires are not cheap.
No.
Anytime you're messing with a heavy truck like that, you're spending a lot of money. To make it not as capable to do truck-like things.
At that point, like, I guess if you enjoy the drive, like, that's completely fine. But
Yeah.
also, like, is it necessarily worth the cost in, number one, doing the modifications, but also the cost in fuel?
Yes.
Gas prices are really expensive right now. They're like $1.71 a liter.
Yeah.
In Canada, I would not be caught paying that, if I'm being quite honest.
I think trucks in general are another hot topic.
Yeah.
Of course, buy what you like, buy what you want, buy what you need because it's your money. I'm not telling you how to spend it, but maybe think a little bit more.
and do what you want with it. Like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Our opinions don't carry any weight with what you guys choose to do. We're just sharing these for a little bit of fun and to start some discussion in the comments. But
$80,000 trucks to go buy an appliance once a year.
I don't even do it that much.
Yeah. To help a friend move once in a blue moon. I don't know if that's a real
I don't know if I
payoff.
would do that. Yeah.
What else, Charlotte?
What about the ruggedization of vehicles?
Are you talking about big, beefy tires on a soccer mom car, or what?
I think I am.
Okay.
Now, obviously, I'm not talking about, like your more off-road style vehicles. Like, obviously, if it's, designed with 4x4, it's designed to be off-track. Yeah,
Well,
obviously, it makes sense.
yeah.
But
Designed to be capable.
yeah,
but-
if it's designed to be capable, it makes sense. I'm more so talking about the Kia Seltos.
Yes, Kia Seltos. So we now have a trim called the X line. contrary to popular belief, this actually doesn't make you an off-roader.
No.
It does have a little bit of a different wheel design, some blacked out emblems, and also a raised roof rail. But there's no, by any means, no performance enhancements to this vehicle. And buy it because you like the look of it. That's about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it doesn't make you a more outdoorsy person.
Yeah.
I will say marketing's pretty good with all manufacturers right now. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. Mazda's doing it with their new SUVs. There's definitely sort of selling an image of an outdoorsy, active lifestyle to people that maybe actually don't really follow that.
I think that's something a lot of people play into is marketing and how the vehicle that you buy portrays a certain lifestyle. I actually want to say, like, don't buy into that. That's probably a hot take, but buy what you want, drive what you want, and it doesn't necessarily matter what other people think about it. And again, this is another hot take. If, you know, people hate minivans, I don't think minivans are that bad. If you need a minivan because you got, like, even because you got a lot of dogs or something like that, not even kids, buy a minivan. Who cares?
Someone who likes to camp, you know?
Have the storage space is great. Don't let marketing get you like that.
Minivans are not boring, or they're not as boring as they used to be, I should say.
But when it comes to the ruggedization of vehicles, is obviously some of them it's going to change the suspension. It's going to give you increased ground clearance. That actually makes a difference.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Increased towing capacity, even that makes sense. Those aren't the types of vehicles we're talking about. We're just talking about where it's more of an appearance package, but it doesn't necessarily add anything mechanical wise.
I will say there's certain vehicles that are certainly more targeted towards a certain type of lifestyle, and I'm going to use the Jeep Wrangler as an example. The Jeep Wrangler, it's pretty capable, especially if you're getting the two-door. If you're someone who takes it off-road, good for you. I personally had a family member that I guess we already mentioned her in this video. She bought a Jeep Wrangler because she's liked them forever, which props to her because it's not a cheap car. And I highly recommend just trying something at least once. So she bought a Jeep Wrangler. She has 2 kids. It was hard to get in and out of. Didn't make a lot of sense. She also was a dog.
That is tight. Yeah.
And it was a manual. So traffic conditions, she was using it to drive to and from work and then whatever her family would do on the weekends. It's not the greatest daily driver for the average person. I mean, did it handle winter fine? Yeah, absolutely it did. But so would a regular SUV with winter tires, you know, that kind of thing, or all-wheel drive. Guzzled gas like crazy. Jeep Wranglers are not known for their fuel efficiency unless you're getting the plug-in hybrid. But you know what I mean? It's for a certain lifestyle, and it may not be yours, and that's okay, but you'll never know until you try it. Yeah. So definitely look around, but don't be upset if maybe that's not for you.
Maybe it's not what you thought it was going to be, and there's no shame in then, you know, selling it and getting something else if you can afford to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Or figuring out that it's not for you before you buy it.
On a test drive. That's why you go for test drives.
Absolutely. I definitely recommend test driving.
This is all coming back to doing your research on what you actually like is what I'm learning.
Which currently, like now, in today's age where we have YouTube, like what we do, we break down cars, we do walkthroughs, we do test drive videos, just so people, like, if they don't have the ability to go to a dealership or in their very initial stage of research where they don't want to go to the store yet, they can kind of find out what's right for them and what might not be, right? Yeah. And there's so many, like I mentioned, the ruggedization of vehicles, like what you mentioned. So many manufacturers are doing that now, so even if you just like the look of it, you don't have to pay an extra premium for a vehicle that maybe has that off-road suspension or those rugged AT tires. You can get something that just looks a little bit more, you know?
Sporty spice.
Sporty spice, exactly. Same goes for performance cars too, like non-off-road cars. So many people drive performance cars, never seen a track in their life. So it's, you know.
But you should try to see a track.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun.
So fun.
Or there's someone like me who drives a Forte as a daily because it's compact, it's good on gas, it has great warranty, no premium fuel, and I still enjoy track days. Not in my car, mind you. But
you know what? If a car does its intended purpose, it is a good car.
Absolutely.
For like the Kia Forte or the Rio, which people used to crap on the Rio, it is affordable. It gets you from point A to point B. You still have the main comfort features like heated seats, automatic for most people, Apple CarPlay. It's a good car.
Prius too.
Yeah, Prius, fuel efficient, affordable.
Yep.
It does the job. It's a good car.
Everyone makes fun of the Prius. They're like, oh, what a horrible car. Maybe they just don't like the look of it. It's not a horrible car. It's great on gas. Are you kidding me? The Prius reshaped hybrid world. When you think of hybrid, you think of Prius, right?
Yes.
So it is what it is.
Well, I think on that note, we'll wrap things up. Did you have any other hot takes?
Okay, should I do a quick fire?
Yeah, quick fire.
All right. Polestars. This is so funny. We had a comment once, I think we were filming like an AV6 or something. It could have been the GT. Someone in the comments was like, the best supercar I ever driven was the Polestar I don't even know what it's called. Just their basic SUV or basic sedan.
We're like, Polestar's not a supercar.
No. We get it, EVs have a lot of, initial go.
Yeah.
Because the torque. But this one's a performance car. Something like a Tesla Model 3
But it's not,
regular.
like, this isn't a supercar, though.
No. Definitely not a supercar, no. That's for the Rimac.
They were literally acting like that is what they were driving.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's a Polestar.
Up-badging cars is also quite the hot take. We see a lot of. I used to be a huge Subaru freak. I used to always see STI wings on the WRX and think that was kind of cringe. But also BMW people putting it.
Ends it there.
BMW people, period. But putting an M Sport grille on a regular 3 Series or M mirror covers. The pointy wings. Why are we doing that? I mean, do what you guys want. Whatever.
Okay.
Just don't do that.
I'll give you guys 2 of mine. The C8 is the American Ferrari.
Yes.
And a Chrysler 300 looks like a Rolls Royce.
Well, that's one of my favorite games to play. When you see something
Ferrari or Corvette.
bright red coming from the distance with, those sharp body lines. I asked my boyfriend, I'm like, is that a Corvette or Ferrari? It's never a Ferrari, let me tell you that.
It's always a Corvette, yeah.
It's always a Corvette.
I've seen a lot of Chrysler 300s in my day.
Yes, they're all so sweet, so nice.
Well, that's going to wrap up our controversial opinions. Let us know if you agree with any of our thoughts or also where you disagree. And guys, remember, we're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings by doing this. It's just for fun. And we just want to share a little bit more of what we think. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And we're curious to hear what you guys think in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this, sorry, first of all, but also thank you so much for streaming it. We really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of us, you can find us at YouTube on the Kia Hyundai channel. You can also find us on Instagram.
At GABIS_garage. That's
Gabi's
garage. GARAGE.
Thank you. And you can find me on Instagram at shars.cars.khc. And that's really all for today. Yeah. Oh, do you want a fun fact?
Do you have it today?
The Honda Odyssey stock. So we're not talking about car mods. Can go 0 to 100 in 6.5 seconds. See, minivans are cool.
Minivans are kind of cool. Also, some of them have built-in vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
So
my car's a mess right now.
At the end of the day, can't drive a house, but you can live in your car. And the Honda Odyssey doesn't seem like a bad house.
There you go. All right. We'll see you guys all next time. Thank you so much for watching.
See ya.
Bye.